next up, Alex Perez versus Manel Kape, and I'm going with Manel, Starboy here. Alex Perez has a weird history. We were talking about it before we started the show, Tom. A lot of canceled bouts for Alex Perez. A little strange. Some weird stuff going on there. Not just his fault. You're supposed to fight Kaikara France earlier this year, and Kaikara was injured. But I just think big power out of Manel Kape. He's a guy that really emerged in the UFC, and he has some solid wins, like the win over Zaglas Zumagulov, and a good win over Ode Osborne with that flying knee. That was really what kind of put him on the map a little bit. Super creative with his striking, super strong. And he's been staying pretty active. Like his last fight was 2 months ago, as opposed to Alex Perez. Well, 7 months ago he was choked out by Alex Pantoja. But before that, just a little bit of inactivity over from Alex Perez. But I like the creativity of Manel Kape here, and I like the strength coming out of coming from his hands quite a bit. So I'm going with Manel Kape here. What do you got, Tom?
Yeah, I hear you. I think the big glaring weakness here is that Manel Kape is strong on the feet, where Alex Perez doesn't necessarily exhibit that same strength. And when it comes to the ground game, I think Manel Kape is better in that regard too. You just look at it. I know MMA math doesn't necessarily work, but styles make fights. And up against Alexandre Pantoja, Manel Kape ended up going to decision with him, was able to fight out of some of those more precarious grappling positions, whereas Alex Perez eventually succumbed to them. So I think Manel Kape is going to be a little bit more well-rounded on the ground to be able to find his way out. He's also going to be the stronger guy. He's going to be the longer guy. And I think he's from the better gym. He's training at the UFC PI. And I think that matters for something. So for all those reasons, I think Manel Kape's also the better athlete here. He's absorbed a little bit less damage up until this point. He's a little bit younger. He's definitely a little bit quicker, has more power in his hands. I think every way you're looking at this, I see Manel Kape minus 230. See, the thing is, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to be able to get done. I don't think Manel Kape is going to get the submission, because I think he is more of a better at defense of those submission things than actually going and being offensive on the ground himself. He does have 5 submission wins to his name, but most recently in the UFC, you talk about flying knee finishes, punches finishes, decision finishes. I don't even think he definitely doesn't even have I say definitely, like I know, well, whereas I'm just looking at this now, but his submission finishes are coming out of Ryzen, coming out of, not the UFC quality opponents. So for those reasons, I'm going to say like the finish or decision is what it's going to be for Manel Kape. But I would give him the opportunity to go out there and get this one done because of that power in his hands. And when you look at the Tapology voters, they would agree with me, or maybe I'm agreeing with them.
Yeah, well, that is what we like to call a super lock, right? Yeah, I like Manel here quite a bit. Also, Cam said in the comments, Cheaty is going to be too fast. He's taking him to Jab City 100%. He's going to use that long reach to just snap off jabs on Albert Duraya's face the whole night. All right.
You could almost like picture it, right? You could almost picture him like kind of with one foot on the back line, just kind of walking around, circling off, just firing off long jabs that Albert Duraev is not going to be able to do anything with, because it's just constantly staying in a range where Cheaty can hit him and Albert Duraev can't. And he's not going to have the footwork to be able to cut off the corner and back Cheaty up to where he can get the takedown. And if he does try to get the takedown, I think he's going to shoot in up against the cage, and that's going to just give Cheaty more of an opportunity to stay standing or hit him with, those knees or elbows and cut him open.
Yeah. Yo, you kind of scared me throwing those jabs. Also, I don't know if you just saw the ad that you were getting on the side of Tapology. That was
Hims is following me all the way around, like following me everywhere.
Yeah, getting Viagra ads on Tapology, bro. That's something, man. That's something.
Hey.
No,
everyone needs a little boost from now and then.
All right, next up we got Andrea Lee with